Hello, and welcome to the 5th episode of our show about Rotary. This month we have a special guest, the District Governor of Rotary District 7210, and my friend Nick Constantino. Hello, Nick.
Hi, Bill. Thanks for having me here.
Thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure.
So the purpose of this show is really to have our viewers know really what Rotary is and what we do. And the way that we do the show, we break it down into 3 segments. So first we talk about Rotary International, what we've been doing on a global level. Then we talk about what we have been achieving on a local level. And then we talk about upcoming events. And I'm glad you're here because I know that you can weigh in on all 3 segments of the show.
Be glad to.
So Rotary, for our viewers, brings together people who want to use their skills, their experiences, their expertise to help solve some of the world's most pressing problems, from organizing local initiatives like food drives for local food pantries to global efforts like eradicating polio.
Very true. But the bottom line is, with Rotary, it all begins with the individual Rotarian, people like you and I who are part of local clubs. There are 59 clubs in our district. We encompass 8 counties. There's about 1,700 of us all together, and we are what Rotary is all about. It's not about the international organization. It's not about the district. It's about the local Rotarian and the good that we do with the assistance of the hierarchy of Rotary.
Okay. So now, globally, there are how many individual Rotary clubs?
There's about 35,000 clubs worldwide in over 200 countries.
Wow. And how many Rotarians altogether in those 35,000 local clubs?
We just went over 1.2 million the other month.
Okay, so over 1.2 million Rotarians worldwide, and that's exciting to me because that means when we all pool together, we can get amazing things done.
And we do.
Now, you are the District Governor of District 7210. So you oversee, you said 59 local clubs?
Yes.
And where are those clubs located?
We're in 8 counties in the Hudson Valley. We are in Rockland to the further south, and Putnam on this side of the river, all the way up to Columbia and Greene counties to the north, and Sullivan County to the west, right over to the Connecticut border.
So 59 clubs in the lower Hudson Valley.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you to start bragging. What do these clubs that you oversee accomplish globally or annually?
They, there's one of the things that I've tried to do this year, and I'm going to just say this now for any of our Rotary friends that are listening, is I don't like to look at myself as an overseer. I am the cheerleader for the individual Rotarians and for the clubs, and a facilitator to allow them to do that. And our people are amazing. We've given away in the last few years a little over $1 million every single year locally, and that doesn't include the work we do globally. That's
amazing. It's amazing that these local clubs, in our viewership here and in my region, we have Brewster, Patterson, Paulding, Carmel, and Lake Mahopek.
Yes.
Those 5 clubs together are part of your district. We get together, we have fun, we do what we like to do, and together, your area, over $1 million a year locally.
Yes.
Impressive. Now, the projects that we do, they all have something in common. They're all from the 6 areas of focus. Can you tell us a little bit about the 6 areas of focus or what they are?
The 6 areas that we have are promoting peace, infant and maternal health, preventing disease, improving education and basic literacy, helping communities develop, and clean water, providing clean water and sanitation.
All very important topics. Can we touch on them briefly each?
Absolutely.
Okay, so promoting peace, what exactly is meant by that?
Well, we take a look at it at the basic level. We're not going to stop what's going on in the Middle East and other areas, but we are going to help the individual who is not at peace in their own home because they don't have enough food, they don't have the proper water, they aren't able to read. Mm-hmm. And by providing and assisting them in gathering and gaining this information and these skills, they will be at peace, and that's our mission.
And I also understand that through Rotary International, through peace fellowships, we are allowed, or we are able to help provide further education for people who want to spend their lives in pursuit of peace and conflict resolutions.
Absolutely. We will help them continue their education if they are currently involved in some occupation that is conflict oriented. It could be a police officer, it could be a social worker, it could be a teacher.
That's one of the amazing things that we can do with 1.2 million Rotarians, is we can put together initiatives like that actually will pay for advanced degrees, correct?
Yes.
So then the next would be, the next area of focus is preventing diseases.
We are in the process of eradicating polio worldwide. This is an amazing initiative. We are doing it. We are in the process of doing it. We are down to new outbreaks of polio in only 2 countries, and that's Pakistan and Afghanistan.
Our first episode of About Rotary talked about eradicating polio and partnering with Bill and Melinda Gates, and it's awesome that we've taken this disease and we're down to just a few cases in only 2 countries.
Yes.
Next would be enhancing maternal and child health.
We want families to be healthy, and we have to make sure that the mom is healthy as she is carrying her child, and we want to make sure the child is healthy once born.
Right. And these are programs from local levels right here in Putnam County to global initiatives around the world.
Yes.
Then improving basic education and literacy.
Being able to read is a basic necessity, and it amazes me how many people can't. Mm-hmm. And we want that to be, we want that number to be 0, the number of people that can't read.
Right. Now, so Rotary can't necessarily hands-on teach people to read in their local communities, but I know that we can partner with organizations that do. We support organizations. Just recently, my club, the Patterson Club, presented support to an organization called BEAR, Brewster Education and Reading, which teaches local families to read together. But then you were also talking about another project, is it Dictionary?
The Dictionary Project. And I do confess, when I first heard of this project, I thought it was kind of silly with today's technology that 3rd graders would actually enjoy dictionaries. And boy, was I wrong. When we went and presented these dictionaries to these children in these schools, and they were able to put their name in it, and it was their dictionary, they were as excited as could be.
The gift of knowledge.
Exactly.
That's great. And then the 5th area of focus is helping communities to develop.
This is one of the coolest initiatives that we have going on right now. And you know, you and I might say, hey, listen, can I borrow $200 and we'll go spend it somewhere. But we actually provide $250 microloans to mostly women in emerging countries to allow them to start a business. Because in certain emerging countries, $250 goes a long way.
Right.
And it has been such a successful program. The entrepreneurs that we're giving this money to, that we're loaning this money to, are gladly paying it back with a very small amount of interest, and the process is going to continue and grow.
That's great. And then our final bullet point is providing access to clean water and sanitation.
The reality of it is, all of this we have to have clean water to be healthy and to thrive.
In the Rotary calendar, March is dedicated to water and sanitation. And I know that we have a video coming up that we're going to watch. And although March 22nd is recognized as World Water Day, our commitment to this cause is year-round. Let's take a look at the video.
Okay.
Water. We can't live without it. But in the world today, a lot of people can barely live with it. It's estimated that 1.8 billion people cook with, wash with, and drink contaminated water. 2.5 billion lack access to sanitation. In developing countries, people suffering from diseases caused by bad water, inadequate sanitation, and poor hygiene occupy half the hospital beds. Universal access to sanitation and clean water would save 2.5 million lives per year. Sounds expensive, right? But every dollar invested in water and sanitation returns on average more than $4 in increased productivity. Bottom line, we can't afford not to safeguard the world's water supply.
What'd you think of that video?
It's pretty impressive.
So while very few people, as the video pointed out, very few people actually die of thirst, the importance of having clean drinking water is so overlooked. It's so urgent, so important, and the diseases that can... Flint, Michigan. All over the news right now, these people are getting sick from water, ingesting water, etc. We really take it for granted, don't we?
We do. And there's approximately 3,000 people who die every single day from waterborne diseases and sanitation-related problems. And, you know, it's a good point talking about Flint, Michigan, because we oftentimes don't think of it happening in our own backyard, and it is. And Rotary clubs in the Michigan area have responded. Our friends in Canadian Rotary clubs are responding, and we're helping set up stations where people can get clean water and do it right in our own backyard. I mean, right in our own country.
Right. There are nations around the world where people don't have clean water, and in some ways that can actually be more dangerous than not having any water at all, because of the diseases that the water carries. People are ingesting this water, they're bathing with it, they're washing with it, and getting very, very sick from it.
Yeah, we have some amazing projects going on throughout the world with water and sanitation, because very often, as unpleasant as this is to think about, the sanitation systems are the same systems where they're getting their drinking water.
Absolutely.
And that's unheard of here, but it's an everyday occurrence.
Right.
And you walk through some of these countries, and there's free-flowing refuse right along the side of the road. It's prevalent. There's no system of containing and getting rid of this.
Right, and a lot of it is just education.
Yes.
Upriver versus downriver, etc. So one example is the South African village of Maswazini Mapumbalanga. It's a small village in South Africa, and it's located just north of Swaziland. There are about 100 adults in that village, and most of them are aged, and what they do is they take care of their grandchildren, mostly. The children go to school, and there's about 100 children in the village as well. So the grandparents need to take care of their grandchildren, give them things to do. They don't have water. They don't have water in this village, and well, there's unreliable community taps. They're only operated on certain days of the week, and very often they don't work. So although there is safe, disease-free water deep below the surface, the problem is getting that water to the end users. So I don't know if you're familiar with the play pump project that local Rotary clubs from this area did in this village back in 2009. Back in 2009, Rotary presented Maswazini with something called a play pump. This was provided through a matching grant from the Rotary Foundation, and I know that you can teach us more about Rotary Foundation, and I certainly hope to have you back in an upcoming episode too.
I would be glad to.
Good, good. So along with Rotary Foundation, the local clubs of Lake Mahopac, Carmel, Brewster, Patterson, Rosebank, and Putnam Valley installed this play pump, which is really it's like a merry-go-round for the children to play on, and it is a shaft that runs to a pump deep below the ground and pumps the water up to a water tower, and now this village has water.
That's fantastic. And, you know, one of the things that we strive for and that we will participate with these folks is they have to become self-sufficient. We can go in, we can provide the equipment, we can provide the expertise, but we also provide the education for them to continue using the equipment that we're providing. It's not an ongoing, we're going to take care of you type thing. It's we're going to help you help yourselves.
Right. Right.
And that makes a lot of difference when you're dealing with the dignity of people.
Like the old saying, give a man a fish, he eats for a day, teach a man to fish, he eats for a
Correct.
lifetime. So now, I told you about a project, about a clean water project that we did here with Patterson, Brewster, et cetera. I think you have one that you can tell me about?
We actually have a couple of them going on in the district right now. One of them is the Liberty Rotary Club up in Sullivan County, and they are doing a clean water project in Haiti. They are providing, through a global grant, they are providing clean water filtration systems. The systems are about $50 each. They, which is, you and I may go spend that for lunch, but this $50 is unreachable to the folks that we're servicing.
Right.
And it really looks like two large paint buckets that are put together with a charcoal filter and chlorine tablets, and it's incredible what's going to be done with these filters. I mean, we have a Haitian Rotary Club on the ground that's participating with us. We are training they are training local people
Right.
to install and operate these systems. The Poughkeepsie Arlington Club up in Dutchess County, they're doing a project also in Haiti, but they're working with a very impoverished mountaintop community that they haven't figured out how to get the water up there. They don't have the equipment.
Right.
So the Poughkeepsie Arlington folks, through the Vassar Haiti project, are actually working on installing the infrastructure to get the water up to this top of this mountain. And really what I find even more interesting is Dominican College, Rotaract, and Rotaract is the younger version of Rotarians for 18 to 30-year-olds.
Okay.
Tends to come around campus life. They are doing a clean water project in Nicaragua, and they are installing systems. Right now there's a water tower that's never full. It's shared by 3 communities. Each community can only go there every third day. It's something you and I couldn't even fathom. And these kids, they're 18, 19, 20 years old. Their
Right.
boots are on the ground doing this good stuff.
Right, right. I find it amazing that through joining Rotary, I'm able to raise money at a fundraiser or something, and that money goes to helping specific people in a specific village, maybe halfway around the world, that I never would have heard of had it not been for Rotary.
This is a phenomenal organization, without any question. We are local, but we are also international. I have met friends in Siberia. If you had asked me a year ago if I'd ever go to Siberia, I would have said no way. Now I'm actually looking forward to going. It's on my bucket list and going back and visiting some of these folks.
That's great.
The friendships and fellowships that develop through Rotary is amazing.
You're right. It's fascinating. It's amazing, and it just makes you feel really good. So now we're gonna move on to the next segment of the show, which is about raising those funds and really what we do on a local level, what we've accomplished on a local level. So one thing that I'd like to talk about is the Patterson Rotary Club, which is my Rotary Club. We just recently had our local giveaway. We have several fundraising events per year. We raise money, and we had our Valentine's Day giveaway. You mentioned that throughout District 7210, about $1 million is given away per year.
Right.
A small part of that, about $11,400, was given away locally, and I know that we have a video to watch here. My club giving away money to local organizations to use locally for great, great causes. I'd like to watch that video now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Welcome, members, guests, and partners. Today is, in my opinion, one of the most important Rotary meetings of the year.
On February February 23rd, club members and award recipients gathered at the Patterson Rec Center for the Rotary Club of Patterson's annual Valentine's giveaway. Cash donations totaling $11,490 were presented to 17 Putnam County charities. The donations come from the 3 major fundraising events that Patterson Rotary holds each year: Men Who Cook, Patterson Rotary Blues and Barbecue Festival, and Touch a Truck. Club President Bill Flash hosted the ceremony, and incoming President Anthony Mollet presented the donations. One of the recipients, Chief Ken Ross from Putnam County SPCA.
This is what helps us keep going, and we feel that we're adopted with the Patterson Rotary, so we really appreciate it.
Barbara Gersey accepted a donation on behalf of Hospice Care of Putnam and visiting nurses.
It's wonderful to get your donation. We provide care in the home for hospice patients in Putnam. We're the only hospice in Putnam. This helps with our families, past, present, and future, to supplement how much it costs to have care in the home for their loved one, and also for our children, our surviving children. Their camp that we furnish in the spring, I believe it is. Again, thank you.
The Rotary Club of Patterson is proud to be able to partner with these wonderful organizations, and we look forward to our next giveaway in June.
Well, that was great, and I'm really proud to be part of that. That's what my club has done, and all of the clubs, all of the 59 clubs that that you cheerlead for in the Lower Hudson Valley, and all of the 35,000 clubs around the world do things just like that.
And you should be very proud, because a lot of the recipients of those, especially in this economy, it's very difficult. The recipients of those dollars really need it to survive and to continue the good that they're doing. Mm-hmm. You know, Rotary, we're good people, we do good things, and we have fun doing it, but we're not the only people who do good. And it's nice that we're able to help other people do good as well.
Great. Now, let's talk a little bit about upcoming events, which is always the final segment of the show. Tell me on a district level, what do we have upcoming?
Well, there's a few events coming up, but one of the most exciting is brand new, and it's Women in Rotary Day, and it's going to be Sunday, April 10th up in New Paltz, which is pretty much the center of the district geographically. Mm-hmm. And do you know if the complexion of Rotary was very different 30 years ago?
I know that.
And that was because in 1987, the Supreme Court said you have to let women into Rotary. Not only Rotary, to Kiwanis, to Lions, to everybody. And there was a lot of discussion, shall we say, over that. And I'm sitting here telling you that we would be in a lot of trouble if it weren't for Women in Rotary. And we're going to celebrate that on April 10th. It's the first time we've ever done this. We're approaching the 30th anniversary of this, and we just really want to thank those people who were pioneers and who stepped in. And we actually have some people who've been really members from the beginning. So,
right.
So, and it is open to men and women. There's going to be a celebration of nominations, so we're going to acknowledge certain people. 20 women overall were nominated. There's also going to be, and you and I may just have to sit back and watch this, but there's going to be an auction, a Power of the Purse auction.
I heard about that.
And that's going to benefit the STEP program. You may have heard of them.
Sure did. Sure did.
This is something that we're really looking forward to.
Yep.
And it's, we have my counterpart from Pennsylvania is coming in as one of the keynote speakers. She is the district governor over there, and we're looking forward to having her. And actually, in May, just to go one step further, just to touch on it quickly, is our district conference, which is open to all Rotarians. It's May 13th to the 15th. It's going to be in Kingston, and it's going to be a celebration of all the good that we did this year. So
Great.
We're hoping for a great turnout.
Great. About how many Rotarians come to that?
Between 200 and 250.
Great.
So it's a lot of fun.
And then on a local level, we have upcoming the Carmel Rotary Basketball Shootout, which is a great fundraiser. All of the different organizations actually participate in the shootout, and that's coming up later on in March. And then April 30th is the Patterson Rotary Club's Men Who Cook, and I know that we have a visual for that.
And I plan on being at both of those events, by the way.
Good.
I'm not going to shoot any baskets, but I'll come and cheerlead. And I intend to eat at Men Who Cook. I enjoyed that last year.
It's a great event, 40 chefs, and there's still room to get involved. So if there are any excellent chefs out there that want to participate, they can find the information at pattersonrotary.org, and looking forward to seeing people at that. So again, Nick, I'm going to thank you so much for being our guest. I know that I'm looking forward to having you come back and talk about Rotary Foundation, and for our viewers, stay in tune, stay involved, and if you'd like to learn more about Rotary, contact one of the local Rotary clubs, maybe see if you can come to a meeting.
And you can also go to our district website. It's Rotary District 7210.org. And we also have a Facebook page, which is a lot of fun. So our viewers can want to check out that and learn
Great.
more.
Thanks for being here, Nick.
My pleasure.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
for having me.
Thanks. Okay. Nice job.
Thanks.
How do you feel?
Very good.
Good.